Let's see if anybody shows up. I'm standing on my front porch at the moment. The Dick Steele. I'm in the house. Holy shit, quite a few people. So I just went outside to have a smoke because I can't smoke in my house, which I don't want to. And there ain't shit on TV tonight. Watching Newsmax. So I figured I'd go live. I'll have a deer above my head. I guess you can see me in here. H Farmer, what's going on? Trying to plug my phone in. Hang on. Come on, you son of a bitch. There. All right. Yeah. That's my 12 point that made the New Yardstick book back in 1989. It was ranked 600 back then. It's like 2,000 now. Yeah. I got some decent ones on the wall. Got one out in the other room too, but I'm not walking out there. Holy shit, there's over 100 of you here already. Yeah, so I'm just going to be sitting here on the couch watching Newsmax with no volume. What? I'm live, so if you hear me talking. No, that's fine. That's Barb in the kitchen. We just had supper. Chicken and little potatoes, little round potatoes. It was awesome. 120 of you already. Holy shit. Yeah, so there's, like I said, there's nothing on TV, so I thought you'll see me like this because I'll have to read under my glasses to read the thing, or else go get my bifocals on, which I'm not doing. Lee, what's up? Carl, what's up? I just watched your thing, obviously, because I commented to you and you commented back. L Day 1662. That sounds new. And I'm going to miss a lot of you, but. So there's already like almost 3,000 of you that watched my short that I put out earlier. And you know what? You're going to see me without glasses because it's just easier this way, seeing as I got to hold the phone, and this way I can actually read. There was more things I wanted to say. Fletching arrows for the Onondaga County Sportsman Federation. Cool. There was more I wanted to say in that short, but YouTube only gives you a choice of 15 seconds or 3 minutes. So I said, you know what? I'll throw on a live. People show up, they show up. So, John Dellinger, hello from Dexter, Michigan, waiting to deliver another load of steel. Let me go back through. Mr. Bill's here. Scott Berger. It's a good time to put up a grain bin. Yeah. The dipshit 2 hours east of me. Yeah, so he can dry his 40% corn that's going to weigh 40-pound test weight. Captain Ron is here. Mike Post. Let's see. I seen Mike Blake's name earlier. Broken Tractor, Barn and Grill. Jacob Lishman. Howdy, Mr. Andy. How the hell are you? Oh, I'm living the dream. All right, I'm done going back through. I'll try to catch it as you guys leave comments. But so I don't have a drink in my hand because I already had a vodka drink while I was eating my supper. But so I put that short up because it's mind numbing, the fucking people that think Trump can just snap his fingers and shit's got to be done, you know. What's up, Steve? Double click on your phone screen, everyone, to add a thumbs up. Oh, Lee. Yeah, 270 of you in, only 49 thumbs up, so make that happen. Oh, and I'm going to ask you all a favor. I got to whisper because she's in the kitchen. All right, the video Barb is getting it done didn't get a lot of. It's got the lowest views of the last half a dozen videos. And she goes, well, it's because you made it about me. So everyone go back to that video and spend at least 1 or 2 minutes there so that it gets another view. Let's pump the views up on the Barb is getting it done video. All right, can you do that for me? Do that for Barb. Because this operation don't run. Like I've told you, it's a 2 pony operation. It don't run without the other pony. So go do that for me if you would. Anyways, and if I feel like having another smoke, I'll take you outside. Just unplug the phone. But Kevin, what's up? But and she won't see these comments. So the bullshit of, well, Trump promised America first and all this, blah, blah, blah. It's like I said in that short. Go look it up, okay? All these other countries, use liters like Canada and Australia. Oh, well, tons of them. There's 3.79 liters in a gallon. So, just for shits and giggles, and like I said, I couldn't get this all in my short. You're right, he gets some Democratic judge steps in, or the Dick Steele. I struggle calling you that, Rick, but anyways, these other countries. So I looked up and I'm like, what's the price of gas around the world? Some of the cheapest fucking countries out there are like $1.05, $1.10 a liter. Well, do the math at 3.79 liters per gallon. And even here in communist New York, the last 2 times I filled up, it started with a 2. I think a week ago I went to Weedsport. Well, you actually know this, Rick, because you're in Weedsport. But we got the quick fill cards, so you get the extra 8 cents off. The quick fill in Weedsport was $2.89, so I got it for $2.81. You want to know the last time gas around here had a 2 in front of it? Certain guy who's president now was president then. Yeah. And a lot of you send me, shit on here in comments and Instagram, stuff like that, and tell me, your gas is 249, 269, whatever. So if I shake you around, it's because I switch hands, because I'm holding the phone, like I said. So I get it. Communist California, you guys are fucked. I mean, you're still paying between $4 and $5 a gallon. But gas is down. Okay, have you heard much about eggs lately? No. You know why? Because the national average price of eggs is like down to $2.50. I asked Barb. She says, yeah. I haven't heard much about any laying hens being killed lately, have you? Like back in December of 2024, before Shits His Pants left office, and he gave us the parting gift of killing 1.5 million laying hens so that eggs would go through the roof to start the Trump administration. So I remember before we invaded Iraq, petroleum prices seemed more predictable. Everything did. Look at the grain market. Jeff Mo and I were talking about that this morning. Used to be the time you planted to the time you harvest, if corn or beans went up or down a quarter, that was a big thing. Today, from the time you wake up in the morning till you eat your lunch, it can do that, but I squirreled. Anyways, the CEO of, oh, yeah, brain fart, Walmart. Did you see? I don't remember if it was Good Morning America, whatever. He was on ABC with good old, the Clinton George Slapalopoulos there, as I like to call him. And old Georgie boy was trying to get him to, basically say how expensive Thanksgiving dinner was going to be this year compared to last year. Well, that backfired on you, didn't it, George? Because he actually told him it was going to be, I don't remember the number. If anybody remembers it, put it in here. $14, $17 cheaper than what it was last year. Getting a drink of water. Between my allergies and loading a load of beans this afternoon. The dust, oof. But that backfired on old George Slopolopoulos. That So is everything down now? Is everything cheap? No, but it's a fuck of a lot better than it was the last 4 years. You want to come in here and argue against that? That's fine. All right, what did somebody just say? Oh, it's Kevin. Yeah, the wind was blowing around for the soybean dust too when I was loading. The USDA is just corrupt and in bed with the Chicago Board of Trade. Just like the announcement yesterday, they banned the government shutdown, or blamed the government shutdown, and now found more bushels. Oh, they always do. Got here as soon as I could. Well, I just started, so you're fine. Tom Anderson, what's up? Both myself and the wife voted for Trump 3 times. No regrets. Same here. Okay, America first. See, there's the other thing too that I I struggle a little bit with, which is why I'm doing this tonight too, because you know Jimmy and I differ a lot on Israel and a few other things, and you know not just him. There's others that it's all about. Oh, we're sending Israel $3 billion. We're sending Israel $3 billion. Well, how many people know that we send Ethiopia like $2 billion? How many people know that we send Jordan like, I don't know, $1.3 billion? There's a fucking laundry list of countries that we send millions or billions of dollars to. But the only one that's ever talked about is Israel. And I saw something the other night on Newsmax, because I've got to the point Newsmax is the only one I watch. Like right now, I watched Carl Higbie, and now this guy, and then I watch Finnerty at 8, if there's nothing good on TV, other channels, and the Greg Kelly at 9. And it was on Greg Kelly 2 nights ago, something like that. Some of you probably have heard of this, called the illusionist thing. This one got me, okay? They showed this video. There was I think it was either 8 or 10 people standing there. I'm going to say 10 because I don't remember if it was 8 or 10. 5 of them were all dressed in black shirts, black pants. 5 of them were dressed in white shirts, white pants. The ones in black had a basketball. The ones in white had a basketball. They asked you, okay, for 30 seconds, they're going to start passing the ball around. You need to count how many passes the ones in white do. So they started, and I mean, they're all intermingling with each other, the black, the white, moving around, passing the ball, the ones in black to each other, the ones in white to each other. And I'm really attentive. I'm going to fucking get this right. I'm counting, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the time was up, and they go, how many was it? I go, 13. They come on and go, if you got 13, you got the answer right. I was like, yeah, all right. I paid attention. I got the answer right. Any of you watch Newsmax, you know where I'm going. So then they said, well, did you see the person in the black bear outfit who moonwalked through the middle of it all? And I was like, what? So they played it back slowly. And sure as shit as the day is long, right in plain sight, here's this dude in a black bear suit moonwalking through the middle of all the people in the white that were throwing the ball, and the whole group of them. That's our country right now, folks. They tell you what to focus on. That's what everybody laser focuses on. While all the other shit that's going on, you don't have a fucking clue because you ain't paying attention to it. I mean, and I refuse to be on this thing all the time. So I told Jimmy earlier, I go, dude, you're going to die young. You get home from work and you're instantly on social media to piss yourself off. That's right, Carl. Brainwashing from grade school to the TV. Yep. I've also had a cold because you will see kind of a cold you will see in a future video, not the next one, but we usually have one or two ahead. 2 videos from now. I had success on opening day of deer season, but our opening day was the worst I have ever hunted in. I mean, Barb had to wash all my clothes because I was soaked to my ass, to my underwear. It rained so hard, thunder and lightning. It was brutal. And that was last Saturday, and I've just felt ever since. But, anyways, back to the brainwash thing. You focus here while this is happening over here that you don't have a clue. And you know what part of that is happening that you don't seem to have a clue? There's all this Muslim shit going on. Now, I'm not saying all Muslims are bad, but the radical Muslims, look up the videos on here, Instagram, wherever, social media, where they literally say, we will take over the West without a shot ever being fired. Well, guess what? Carl's in Facebook jail. Look at New York City now, Mom Donnie. Well, look at fucking Congress to start with. Look at Michigan to start with. But now there's all these new ones being elected to mayors, city councils. There was a bunch elected this past election here 2 weeks ago to school boards because they're running them out there to get on school boards now. Isn't that what we need? Radical Muslim beliefs in our already indoctrination system called our education system. I don't get it, folks. I really don't get it. I mean, when are people going to wake up? Because right now everyone is so focused. Israel is the fault of everything. You'll be paying for Mondami too when the city runs out of money. They call Albany. Yeah, but Hochul's already shut him down on quite a few things because she knows what shape New York State is in. But Newsmax just showed a thing that Mamdani had a commercial out. Yeah, mister, I'm going to give you everything for free, which is why the young dumb fucks voted for him. Saying, oh, what was the shit? I lost my mind. I can't remember the name of it. Something 2025.com. He's begging for money. Campaign 20? No, not campaign because he's already elected. I don't know. But he's asking for people to keep donating money before he actually takes office in January. Because he knows his programs that he's trying to bullshit people on ain't going to happen. Yeah, look at what England's going through. Exactly. Promised a lot of things that he has no authority over. Exactly, Mike. That's how they do it. They start at the bottom and local, that's exactly what we should focus on. Exactly. And that's, like I said, when you start getting these people on your school boards, our school systems are bad enough. Chelsea was group texting with her mother and I earlier about I think I've told you guys this in a previous video, the one socialist professor, she's a senior now in college, that at the beginning of this year professed to the students that he was a socialist. Yep. And talking all about how socialism is great. I mean, wow. Are you using fisheye lens? Your head looks huge. Well, I don't know what the fuck fisheye lens is, so apparently not. Does it look even bigger now? I mean, I'm holding my phone. I probably need to hold it up more so you're looking straight at me. But then my arm's going to get tired, so I'm holding it down here. And I don't give a shit what my head looks like, so. Take over cash, says he needs 4 million, only has 1 million so far. I'm surprised your governor is not backing him up. You're at least lucky for that. Well, she backed him to get elected, but she also knows that we ain't got no money. So I feel for these younger kids nowadays, what they might have to deal with in time. Yes and no. I find it hard to feel for somebody who's an idiot. Jimmy and I went around the other day a little bit about the 50-year mortgage that they're talking about, and he mentioned 12-year auto loans. I didn't hear about that. Oh, that's going to wreck the economy and all that. Well, first of all, if you take out a 50-year mortgage, you're a fucking idiot. Okay, plain and simple. You buy a brand new vehicle and take out a 12-year auto loan, you're a fucking idiot. Plain and simple. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I mean, and the whole housing market thing. If you pay $600,000 for a house that's only worth $400,000, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I mean, are you on the street? Did you have to pay that? Because, your house you're in now is going to fall down or something? Here's the problem in this country. And I learned this when I was on the legislature here in the county for 8 years. It's not a need society today. The culture has changed. The generations have changed. It's a want society. I remember when the two Democratic chairs that I first sat under on our legislature made the comment that, well, we need to ask the the department heads what they want. No, we don't. We need to give the department heads what they fucking need to be able to provide the services that their department provides in this county. Because you know what? I want all brand new tractors. I want a brand new combine. I don't need them, and I sure as the fuck can't afford them. So that's the problem in this country today. It's not what you need. It's what you want. It's like this thing that I'm filming myself on right now. Probably in a year or two, I'll get the same notice from Verizon that I got. I don't know, I think I've had this phone for 3 or 4 years. This is an older phone and we will no longer support it. You need to upgrade. I'll go to Verizon, deal with some dumb young fuck, and I'll say, what's your cheapest phone that you're going to at least, support for another 2 or 3 years? And that'll be my upgrade. Today, when they come out with that brand new $1,500, $2,000 phone, everyone needs it. No, they don't need it. They want it. And that's our problem in this country, is we have conditioned the younger generations as they're coming up to think they need something, but it's all about wanting. It ain't a need. Does everybody need a 60-inch flat screen on their wall? Nope. People want it, though. Chuck is here. What's up, Chuckles? We were just discussing things on Instagram. So, yes, I do reply to a number of people on Instagram. Yes, I do read or look at the majority of shit people send me on Instagram. But not, there's a lot. So, not everybody. I'll just say that. But, yes, Chuck knows I watch anything he sends me, and we talk on Instagram. I'm on my last cell phone. I don't need it, nor do I want it any longer. Well, Catfish, I told Jim that the other day. I said, you know what? I wish we'd have a 30-day, whatever you want to call it, blackout. No internet, no cell phone service. Now I get it. There's a lot of shit in this country that's run on internet, so you know what I mean. A 30-day blackout of this, the information thing, the thing that sends bullshit information most of the time. Today, people can't get through anything longer than an X post and still think they're smart. Yep. Yeah, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, exactly. Every time they tell me I'm due for an upgrade, I refuse. I think they're up to something. Well, so do I. Until I get the notice that your phone is no longer going to be, supported. So then I have to. This is an iPhone. Oh, fuck. I don't even remember the name of it. Something. It's not an iPhone 6, but it's an iPhone something '06. I don't know. I never got one of the fancy numbered ones. But what's Chuck got to say? Everyone should remember being in contact with Andy is a privilege and don't spam with nonsense. He has better things to do. Yeah. Well, there's some shit I just blow through because I ain't even going to look at it. It's bullshit. I just got a $140 Patriot mobile phone, 31 per month. Cheapest I could find, Android. Yeah, we're with Verizon. We get good service. They actually just put a cell tower literally up here at the motocross track. So, which supports other phone, companies too. But all right, what Carl say about Brazil? I have a Chinese phone and I don't carry it. It's just send money to my Brazilian bank accounts. Bank accounts? Ooh. Cecil Shoemaker. Unfortunately, there's on the way, especially when people live in the rural area and even the boob tube doesn't pick up. Yeah. Your governor seems okay with raising taxes to help out the socialist state. Yeah. Yeah. She's good at that. But she also realizes that there's no way in hell you can have free buses, free transit in New York City. So you got to remember, half of our state population is down there. So a phone blackout might be just good for a lot of marriages. Yeah, the phones aren't built like they were before. Come on, Andy, I need a bigger barn. Well, that's just it. I mean, we all could, you know, we have needs, but we also have wants. Let's be honest. We all want something that we don't need. And it just seems that's the like Chelsea's generation. They're horrible. I mean, she's not that horrible, but I'm just saying her. Oof, the younger the generation is, it's you know more of a want than a need. It's like talking about. I got into this with somebody the other day too. Maybe it was even Jimmy. The price of vehicles keep going up, keep going up. Well, I've never bought a new vehicle that I didn't get a hell of a deal on because you know what? After a while, when the lots are full, because people are driving their older vehicles longer and longer, all of a sudden, have you ever noticed? All of a sudden, that new vehicle you wanted has a $10,000, $12,000 discount on it because you can get employee discount now. You can get employee pricing. Why the fuck don't you just do that all the time? You'd sell more vehicles. Just saying. Ain't no different than houses. People stop overpaying for houses that aren't worth a $400,000 house that ain't worth 600,000. The price will come down. Yanks are moving in all around us down here in the South. Our taxes keep going up, but our homes are going from 150 to almost a million. That's supply and demand. That's why. And easy on the Yanks, because you'd be happy to have some of us, trust me. All right, just hoping you had a wonderful crop year. Yeah, not really. Hubby had a 9-year-old phone. They told him 911 and service would no longer be available, so he had to get a new one. That was too. Yeah, that's what I mean. Excuse me. I told you I just ate. They stopped supporting it, so you lose all that kind of shit. So what we need is a purge night. I actually liked the idea when I saw the movies. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna disagree with you, Carl. I pay 30 per month for unlimited service through Visible. They are owned by Verizon. I never heard of that. Visible. I miss my Nextel. That's why so many people are so far in debt with credit cards. Everything's maxed out. Well, that's what I mean. We live in a want society. Brett says, hi, Andy, should not even call it a phone anymore. Call Godsons and say, text me. Verizon gave me a iPhone 13 to replace my 7. Went ahead and then got $1,600 check for Class A suit. Oh, yeah. Geez, I've been with Verizon for years. What lawsuit? Maybe they owe me some money. Well, Cecil, that's the problem. That's why we're, what was it, last year under Biden? Or maybe it was 2 years ago. We got to the first time in this country where there was over $1 trillion in credit card debt. There you go, Jim Lippy. 2 shipping containers with a hoop roof. Well, that's the other thing that kills me. People think, somebody, I can't remember what video it was, but it wasn't that long ago. My dually, somebody was like, oh, you got a new dually or whatever. What? That thing's a 2016. Holy fuck. Excuse me for, keeping it kind of clean and taking care of it. But it's also only got 62,000 miles on it because it's a farm truck. Don't drive it that much. I'm still paying on my car, and it's actually helping my credit. I haven't missed a payment. Well, yeah. Getting a loan, especially for young people, like when the train took a shit, so we had to get something else, and we got Chelsea the Equinox so she could go to college. I put her on the loan with me. And when she graduates from college, she takes it over. She's establishing credit. She actually ended up with a credit score in the mid 700s. You need to do that stuff when you're 21, 22 years old. She'll be 22 here in February. But you don't need the top of the line everything that you can't afford. Yeah, I agree with that. The old phone's batteries were better, it seems. Yeah, new Kenworth in '93 was 80 grand. Today it's 250. Yeah, it's because people will pay it. But and then the trucking companies that buy these trucks have to turn around and charge that much more for whatever they're hauling, and it's a snowball effect. So Claude loves his Yank friends. Well, that's good. Lloyd Nace, what's up? There you go. Get a motorhome and travel. James Garland is still on a flip phone. I don't think I could do this on a flip phone, though. So that's why I always get the cheapest iPhone. Mike Blake, when you pay the high price, you are condoning the place of business practices, so don't pay it and send them a message. Exactly. 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 Well, the other thing, too, that while I was sitting here watching Newsmax, some of you may have seen it, that, oh, what was she? I can't remember what news. Chuck, thank you. what news place she was from, but they were all, when, first of all, Trump gives the fucking media way too much. Way too much. We never saw Biden getting questions because they hid him, but Trump puts himself out there way too much. Well, you had the ABC lady there that when Trump had the Saudi prince being a bitch in plain English. And then there was the other one outside when they were coming off of, I think it was the helicopter, whatever. And she kept interrupting the other news people, trying to, she wanted every question she wanted, answered right then and there. And Trump called her a piggy. Holy fuck. Now the lamestream media is just, they're all over that. That is so disrespectful. He called that woman a piggy and all that. Well, first of all, you Democrats don't know what a woman is to start with, so whatever. And second of all, we all remember growing up when, mom would put something on the kitchen table or whatever, and you grab more than everybody else, and she'd say, "Stop being a piggy." Pretty sure that's what he was getting at, not calling her a, sow. But boy, it cracks me up with the media. You horrible human, Trump. You called that woman a piggy. And then the other one from ABC, she just kept going after the Saudi prince and all that. All right. That's a touchy subject because of 9/11. But here's my view on it. And this is strictly my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I don't know how old that dude is, but I'm pretty sure he looks like he was a teenager when 9/11 happened 24 years ago. He wants to westernize, so to speak, and it's better that we, the United States, he's 40. Okay, Betty. Well, okay, so 24 years ago, yeah, he was 16. Like I said, he looks like he'd be a teenager. It's better the United States gets, I don't know if friendly's the right word. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. It's better that the United States and Saudi Arabia work together than Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia work together. Okay, I get the whole 9/11 thing. Like I spoke earlier, you can't hate all Muslims, but there's some radical ones in the group, obviously. Was it him? No, seeing he was obviously 16. They just, made a deal to put like $1 trillion into our country, which is Trump is doing with other countries, getting them to invest in this country. But I guess where I'm going with this is, do we hate Japan now? Does Japan hate us? Well, does anybody remember a thing called World War II? The point is, bad shit has happened, not just here, but around the world. And are we always supposed to just let it continue to linger for years and years and years past that? Yes, Claude, it's called politics. Grumpy, they need to work with us and we need to work with them. Yes, but we also need to have a friendly type of work relation. I mean, look at, like I said, Japan is the perfect example. They could hate us and we could hate them for till the end of time for what happened. But obviously, after World War II, we were spending whatever billions of dollars around the world helping to rebuild places that we destroyed, you know. So I don't know. But the whole, Israel's at fault for everything anyhow. We should just all figure that out. Oof, that one drives me. I'm not saying we should continue giving money to countries all around the world, but sometimes there's reasons why we do. And then in return, countries invest into this country. So I don't know. This America first, I get it. I get the concept. And I want to put our people and our country first. But sometimes that means working with other countries to put us first. Does that make sense? Maybe not, but I don't know. There's some people that there's a far left and a far right in this country, as far as I'm concerned. They have attacked us from inside. Always wanted to live in Saskatchewan. Yeah, I don't really want to live anywhere in Canada. Where's all the comments at? They're here. I'm reading them like I'm reading yours. But Japan has also forgiven us, and they're putting a lot of money into the United States, and they are also watching out for China's not. Exact. That's my point. And, you know, if there was anybody that wanted to hate us forever, you think Japan would be up there towards the top of that list? I'm just saying. Or vice versa for what Japan did to us. So, but that's the difference between right after World War II and today's generations. The want generations, not the need generations. The everything is, I don't know. It frustrates the hell out of me that there's so many people that, yeah, I'm all for America first, but America first doesn't mean never working with any other country or doing anything with any other country. Grumpy, a lot of the world probably thought that the United States kind of overreacted a little bit with Japan. But hey, mistakes were made, but now things are turning around. That's my point. I mean, I'm done with Ukraine as well. Well, it sounds like we are done with Ukraine to a certain extent. There is no such thing as being completely innocent in politics. Look at the shit the USA has done around the world. Politics are politics. Exactly. So, wouldn't it be better to try and have as many friendly allies as possible that also are interested in investing in our country, just like we sometimes invest in theirs? I'm just saying. Hello from Minnesota, Bubba Carlson. What's up, Bubba? Have you heard the American Voice? No, what is it? I mean, what do you mean? Is that a podcast or something? Yes, Betty, America first, but not America only. Because if you're going to do America only, you know what you're going to end up with? Nobody having your back. That's what you're going to end up with. And we ain't the only ones with nuclear weapons, folks. So I'd like a few of the other ones that have nuclear weapons to be on our side if shit ever went down. Newt says, want versus need. I preach it every day to my wife. I'm going to leave that alone. Dirty Eric, we have no real allies. Well, I think the man in the Oval Office is trying to work on that. We give way too much American tax dollars while the U.S. roads and bridges are turning into third world country. I agree to a certain extent, but is your state road turning into a third world country the fault of money going to a foreign country, or your governor or town supervisor or whatever pissing money away where they shouldn't be. See, there's another thing. Let's not just, oh, every fucking dime we send somewhere else, that would fix something here. I guarantee you, if those dimes were still here, it wouldn't still get fucking fixed. So, because it's the people you put in office and the bullshit. Look at the fucking insider trading that goes on in Congress. It's it's there. It's out in the public. Everyone knows about it. If you're not following Tim Burchett from Tennessee on social media, you should be. He talks about it a lot. It's 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 not a secret anymore, but it keeps on happening. And if Nancy Pelosi ran again, she'd get fucking elected. And she's the biggest person that ever profited from that. But you think the Democrats in California would not put her back in there? Just like the Republicans in certain states wouldn't put their person back in there, even if they knew they were doing it. I wouldn't put mine, but because party politics. That's what I think of party politics. Dandy Randy. Oh, okay. Todd says no. There's a man running around starting chapters all over the United States. It's called the American Voice. No, I haven't heard of that. Dennis Long Henry. I'm a retired farmer, 74 years old, and I can't believe the non work ethic of the younger generation. What's going to happen when all of us old geezers are dead? That's all part of the want instead of need. And just like down in New York City, they're told they don't need to work. Socialism, man. Kumbaya. You'll get taken care of. Yep. I think the reason young people are turning on Israel is Epstein. If they're willing to traffic minors to blackmail our politicians, what else would they do? Charlie Kirk was questioning October 7th. Well, I think anybody that, questions October 7th didn't happen, because it obviously did. It's just like those who question, did the Holocaust happen? Well, I've heard there was only 2 million. Holy fuck, I don't care if there was a million. They're, they were slaughtered, they were killed. You can go to Poland on vacation if you'd like and go look at the, whatever you want to call them, ovens that they were put in. I mean, and Mr. Bill, I'm just curious, how much of the whole Israel and Epstein proof is there? So far it's Israel and Epstein. Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Israel this, Israel that, Israel that. Remember the black bear story I told you earlier? How many times was the ball passed and then the black bear did the fucking moonwalk through? Well, Israel's the fucking black bear that nobody's looking at. That's just my opinion. Y'all can have your own. I don't care. But am I saying I'm 100% agree with everything and anything Israel does? Fuck no. But I'm also so tired of it. The world's problems come from a little fucking country the size of New York City. Yeah, okay. It's amazing. If that's the case, then I guess and they do have nuclear power, I guess we better be friends with them, right? Because they are the most powerful fucking country in the world with 9 million people, right? Let's look at it from that aspect, right? I mean, Israel is to blame for everything. They control our government, according to most of guess we better be friends with them then, right? I'm just done with it all. Not worried about when I'm dead. What are we going to do while we're alive? Yeah, well, I'm worried about my kids' future. Did you see where Staten Island wants to separate from New York City? I don't blame them, because they are conservative. The dime should be going to the creator, not upstate. What? I don't get that one, Ian. I think a new house in Florida in the 50s was 8,000. Now everything is a money game. If a person has to finance thing, the banks make more money on interest on a 600,000 house than an 8,000. Well, yeah, tons of money. What insider trading? Yeah. Congress legalized their insider trading years ago. Well, yes and no. They made some things to the shit they do is illegal. There's no legalizing what they do. They legalized stepping around what they do. So there's nothing legal about a company saying they're going to do something. So the day before they do it, you either buy or sell 1 million shares of stocks. North Korea, yeah, they got little rocket man. Gerald from Colorado. Love to hear you and Barb. Well, she's over down in her area watching TV. She didn't want anything to do with doing this, so maybe sometime her and I'll get on again. We did one time. My father-in-law is a captain in the Marine Corps, fought and came home, went to work. Years later in retirement was teaching English to Japanese people coming to the U.S. Yep. It's just the bureaucracy that would charge you, and I get it's the money from Congress. I didn't plan on staying on here long, by the way. It's not that Kirk was questioning whether it happened. It was the delayed response and the fact that they supposedly have the best intelligence in the world. Well, do they? Because you listen to some people here that, you know, with all the wars we've been in over in that region, that, you know, you say they give us intelligence, and some people say they didn't give us anything, and this is what they want. All the conspiracy theories, all the, you know, well, this could have happened, that could have happened, this should have happened, that should have happened. Nobody fucking knows unless they were there. You know, it's like the Democrats trying to go after Trump for the Epstein bullshit on the day that the government reopened, you know, because they had it closed for whatever it was, 43 days, and got nothing for it. So they immediately, oh, Trump, you know, he must be on that Epstein list. Well, now Congress has passed to get it out. It goes to the Senate, which who knows whether they'll pass it. But you got the three liberal Democrat appointed judges who have said, no, it can't be released. How do these fucking judges have so much power? That's my question. I don't know. Everything today is, nothing is cut and dry. The kid who was arrested for shooting Charlie Kirk must not have done it because everybody has looked at the video. You know, 10 million people have looked at the video 10 million different ways. And, oh, there was the chest plate and it came from this up there on the roof. It was the plant on the roof. The guy was hiding behind that. And it's this, it's that, it's the next thing. now we're going, you know, I'm not listening to it because I don't want the volume up, but on Finnerty here on Newsmax, they're talking about the kid in Butler that was on the roof. You know, now that's he was a trans apparently, or a they them or something. Now they're talking. I mean, it's going to go on forever because it's never. If you drive down the road tomorrow and you hit a deer, Just tell somebody that, somebody from Israel was in your woods, was in the woods, and they obviously scared that deer's life because they were so afraid of that Israeli person that deer ran out in front of the road, in front of your car on the road, and you hit it. And it's just, somebody's going to believe you if you create that story good enough, because that's the world we live in. That's the black bear going through the middle of the screen, moonwalking, that you never see because you're so focused on that story that's being told. So focused. Well, on the, I don't know, 10 million stories that are being told. I hope they all get fired, but there's no firing to them, Richard. It's the retarded people that elect them. It's like when they tried to get rid of me because I was a racist on the county legislature, because I spoke out about the bullshit going on in the summer of love in 2020. Like I told them, when the people decide they don't want to reelect me, then I guess I'm done. But I never ran for my third term. Tyler, $25 for 10 more minutes since there's only one person tonight. All right, Chuck. Why did you do that? See, I saw the one come up, the $9.99, but maybe you didn't do it. But it's hard on the phone to see. The comments are like, I got this much of the bottom of the phone to see, because I can't turn it sideways, because then I really can't see it. The comments, because then it pushes them all over to one side. I just feel that every country should be able to financially stand on their own feet if America is going to give, and it should be equally matched with other countries as well. Well, like I just said, Saudi Arabia is supposedly putting $1 trillion into our country. Look at Japan. Look at some of these other countries that are putting money into our country. Whether it's chip factories, automobile plants, stuff like that. And I know Trump pissed some people off when he said we still do need some foreigners to come into this country to work. Well, we spend $9 billion a month on food stamps, SNAP, and all that horse shit. Have you been watching the fucking videos on social media? I don't have to. I haven't worked in 10 years. It's your job to take care of my kids. We got some pretty useless fucking people in this country. So, you think our workforce couldn't use somebody that actually wants to work? Yeah, do we want people coming into our country that want to change our country or do harm to us? No. But you know what? Go find me the 20-year-old kid in this country that's going to go pick vegetables. Oh, who's Dirty Eric? What? Hey, buddy. Buy a real beer, not the canoe water. I figured it out. I can actually see them if I push on it. It makes it bigger. But then it covers up all the comments, too. So I actually saw that one. Ah, there. See, I gave you a heart back. Sorry, Chuck, if I didn't give you a heart back. I didn't blow yours up so I could actually see it. Oh, God. Bork. Hear what people are saying, then listen to what they aren't. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Our younger generation is, well, it's not just our younger generation, but trans furry. Yeah, Betty, I think that's what they said he was. Yep. And I think they said he went by they, them, too. I don't know. But again, it's, like I said in the short earlier, things don't happen like this. Everyone wants to get rid of Cash Patel now. Pam Bondi, all of them. Oh, they're not going after anybody. Well, last time I checked, Comey, Brennan, Bolton, there's probably a few more that I'm missing. It's been 10 fucking months since the man took office. And a lot of those people that are working under him, it took another 2 months or more, 3 months, to get them into their positions. But, we live in an instant society where, again, it's not a need, it's a want. And everybody wants Trump to do everything tomorrow or yesterday. Why haven't you done that yesterday, Trump? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. I have 2 Kirk shirts that I wear proudly, as my wife does too. I love your explanation of this live stream. A lot of people have no idea how things work. You do, though. Good job. Well, I'm not saying I know. I'll never claim I got all the answers because I don't. But even with bad eyes, my glasses are over there. I can fucking see what's right here in front of me. And when I did that thing on Newsmax the other night, I did not see what was right in front of me. The bear moonwalking through. And that woke me up a little and blew my mind. Because I know I pay attention a fuck of a lot more than a lot of people do. Claude, don't know your beliefs in New York area, Grumpy, but I know that Satan is alive and well, and he's doing just what he does before Christ returns. It's coming. Well, there's definitely a lot of Satan going on in Washington, D.C. Todd, Chris started this the beginning of November. He's putting videos out on YouTube since he started. He's got over 2 million people wanting to get involved. You got to be a little more. Chris who? Chris started this the beginning of November. He's putting videos out on YouTube since he started. He's got over 2 million people. I don't know who Chris is, so get a tablet. Yeah, I know. But see, that's a want. It's not a need. You can see my ugly puss right here. If it was a tablet, you'd just get a bigger view of my ugly puss. One thing I know about the whole mess, we will never know the truth. No, you're never going to know the truth about anything. The full truth. But anybody that says Trump hasn't been the most transparent, okay, for those of you who are old enough, Reagan, when he took over for fucking Jimmy Carter, the now second worst president. He was the first worst president before Biden got in office. His first 2 or 3 years, it took till his 3rd year. I mean, he dealt with inflation that was ungodly, interest rates that were just through the roof. We're talking 20% interest rates. The farm crisis of the 80s was brutal. It just, of course, back then, too, if the government gave farmers money, most people didn't hate farmers back then, so they were okay with that. Like today, we're just fucking welfare queens. But anyways, by the end of his first term, people are like, oh, he'll never get reelected. He hasn't, turned it all around yet. But we weren't in such a want instead of need society back then. And he won 49 states to get reelected. He lost Mondale. What was his home state? Wisconsin? Minnesota? Michigan? One of them 3. It was up there in the Midwest. That was the only state that he lost, was his home state. And look at his second term. You could say booming. Some people will say trickle-down economics was bullshit and blah, 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 blah. But look at the 3rd year of Trump's first term. Why the fuck do you think the pandemic happened? Why the fuck do you think in 2017 Dr. Fucky said it could happen? That just come out of the blue now, didn't it? I don't know. It's just, part of me's glad Trump, lost to those mysterious 15 million votes that showed up to make Biden the most popular president in history with 81 million votes. And then those 15 million votes disappeared when Kamala. But, hey, We'll leave that alone. All right, why are people retracting messages? Are you saying something stupid, or there's a deleted one? Minnesota. I knew it was up there somewhere, Betty. I knew it was one of those three in that area. So, and they tried to tear Ronald Reagan apart too. Didn't stop his success. Look at what they're trying to do to Trump. And the media today is way worse than it was to Reagan. So, and what was Reagan's other thing that he did? Tear down that wall. What has Trump done around the world? You know, some people are like, oh, he didn't fucking stop 8 wars or whatever. Whatever, folks. I mean, Trump could cure cancer tomorrow. And the TDS people, including the left-wing media and the lefty lunatics in Washington that he has to deal with, would bitch and scream, give those people back their cancer. You can't cure cancer. It's fucking sickening. It really is. Yeah, it's not media, it's Democrat television. Reagan didn't have Al Gore's internet to deal with. Exactly, Keith. Oh, somebody else said it, so you retracted your comment. You don't have to retract your comment. You can leave it in there. The only comments that disappear are the ones that the blue wrenches throw away because they're being idiots. So, Rob says, not sure if they can fix it without letting it correct itself to a point. Throwing money at it hasn't worked the greatest. No, I agree. Why that guy got booted, for fuck's sakes. Oh, somebody else did 1999. I got push on it here. And say, oh, that was Tyler's. That was, Chuck's. That was Chuck's. Excuse me. There. I saw it again, so I pushed on it. So you got a heart. I want you to feel left out, buddy. I got to make it bigger to be able to give the heart. Appreciate both of you. I mean, I appreciate anything that you guys do. You buy a fucking hat, sweatshirt, do this during live streams. I was in second place. So now you're in first place because you did $9.99 in 1999. Oh, you cracked me up, dude. You're even getting people to give you a thumbs up for that one. Ah, damn it, I pushed the wrong button. Now I'm trying to get it off the screen so I can see the comments again. Holy shit, I've been here over an hour. I didn't plan on being on that long. There's still 390 some of you here. So, but yeah, do me that favor though on Barb's getting it done. I think I looked it up one time and like a 1 minute is considered a view, I think. So do me a favor and go watch it for at least a minute or two and pump the views up on that one for her. I'll just tell her people were busy apparently when we put that one out. Now look, they've seen the title, they're coming back to watch it. So, all right, what is this one? Claude said, you sound like Dave Ramsey. Wants and needs are a choice that intelligent people make. Well, it's true. I mean, Betty says they don't know what to do with Trump because he wasn't supposed to win the first time, let alone this time. Exactly. Uh-oh. We got a war going on. Dirty Eric says, take that, Chuck. Oh, excuse me. Now I got to try to get you off the screen so I can see the comments again. All right, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Tell her hit the hype button as many times as they let me. Yeah, you only get to do that 3 times in a week or something. I don't know. I didn't understand any of that until just recently. Damon Young, what is up? How's Trixie? Whoops, what's this one say? Motor in USA in the house. Hi, Lee Harris and crew. We still save our plastic food storage bags and wash them out for more use in the future. Save a lot of money. Yeah. Truly. That's right. Sorry, I said Trixie. Truly. Hey, you try to do everything you can to save money. Look at the people that were bitching at me in my videos because, the one shirt I had on had the rip here underneath the neck, and then the ones with the shoulders were all starting to rip out. Whatever. They're comfortable. I'm not going to go out and buy new t-shirts because you don't think I look proper working on a farm because I'm wearing t-shirts with a hole in them. Get a life, okay? Uh-oh. Chuck says, take that. There's $1.99. You guys are crazy anyhow. But let's... Now Eric's giving you the laughing emojis. You need that tuxedo for the tractor, yeah. Well, Claude, I think Trump is doing what he said. It's just the fact this don't work, okay? There's that old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe 10 months sounds like a long time. But like I said earlier, stop and think. A lot of the people under him in his cabinet, they ain't been there 10 months. Are we going to agree and like everything Trump does? Nope. But like my argument with Jimmy was here a week or so ago, holy fuck, are we going to go back to what we had the last 4 years? I hope people are patient enough not to be jumping off the Trump train thinking the last 4 years was better. Holy fuck. There you go, Damon. Just what I just said. Trump is doing good, but not sure on everything he's doing, though. Well, you find me the politician that's 100% perfect, and I'll find you the politician that's 0% trustworthy. Because, if he tells you he's 100% perfect, he sucks. Following some of these people, the one that might be the closest, in my opinion, is that, the guy I mentioned earlier from Tennessee there. I like that guy. I didn't realize he builds skateboards. That was kind of cool to know that he builds skateboards. And he told a story the other day, because he's on Instagram. He gave one to Tulsi Gabbard, Tim Burchett. But in order to, like, his fellow people in Congress and whatnot, and people up there, aides, all that kind of shit, anybody in Washington, D.C., that have asked him, would you, make me a skateboard and sell me a skateboard? He said the fucking hoops he would have to jump through to do that. Well, we got a president that's trying to do away with a lot of hoops to make. So in other words, if the man wanted to start a business making skateboards, it's just, I don't know. I ain't jumping off the Trump train. So some of y'all want to jump off, then bye. Tim Burchett, yeah, he's awesome. I wish the guy was my representative. Exactly, motoring. People need to wake up and realize Trump was given a country that was a mess. It was a fucking cesspool. And it takes time to clean a cesspool. That's right, Mr. Bill. Imagine if she had gotten in. Oof, there ain't enough alcohol if she had gotten in. Because I'd have to be drunk 24/7 to deal with that. Lloyd Nace says, I had a relative that was into politics. Matter of fact, quite a ways up there in the state, being around him, I realized how scummy the politicians actually were. Yep. Main reason I didn't run for a third term. After 8 years on the county level, trust me when I say, you see how I am? That's how I am. I mean, okay, the F word, I didn't use that when I was on the county legislature, but if I thought you were an asshole, I told you you were an asshole. So, and after 8 years, no. There's people who are professional politicians at all fucking levels. It's like the person that's on your school board right now that's been on it for 20 years, you should absolutely boot off the next election unless they are somebody who's been, helping to control your out of control school budget like ours in this little rural school and stuff like that. But if your school budget is out of control and your school system is starting to suck and blah, 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 that's because the person that's been on there for 20 years that maybe not you, but your neighbors keep reelecting. So I don't know. I don't get it. I've been asked to run for our school board, and I told them there's 7 people on our school board. You find me 3 more that are like me, or at least, I don't know, 75% like me, then I'll run. But I ain't beating my head against a wall. I did that for 8 years at the county. Can anyone tell me the last law Congress actually passed? Doing their job. Yeah, exactly, Carl. The left is losing there, and so is the media over Trump's new ballroom thing. Yep. And go ahead and look at all the different presidents over the years. It was okay for Obama to spend $375 million of the taxpayers' money. Trump ain't spending taxpayers' money to build the basketball courts and all that horse shit. Yeah. Did you see the media up in arms about that? Of course not. It's a fucking joke. And it always has been. Doug Fritzler Waltz was a school teacher in my hometown. His sister still lives there. Well, I feel sorry for you, because that man is a fruitcake. Maybe if they stopped suing him, Trump would get more done. Yeah. I love the fact that he's suing BBC, though, for that bullshit video they chopped up of January 6th. Yep. Grumpy, do you think Trump will ever had anything to do with the Epstein Island? I'd like to hear your thoughts. No, I don't think he had a damn thing to do with it. Did you notice that you got to watch Newsmax, in my opinion? I mean, I'm not trying to push any news organization on somebody, but I love Newsmax compared to any of the other ones. Some people say that OAN ain't bad, but they fucking hired Chris Cuomo, and I can't stand their commercials where he says, about, you want fair news? Yeah, Chris Cuomo, give me a break with your fair news bullshit, Mr. CNN or MSNBC, whatever you were. But anyways, Newsmax showed the clip in 2015 of Trump talking about what a scumbag Epstein and his island was and how it could come back to haunt Hillary, if she ran for president and all that. Do you see any of the other lamestream media stations showing that clip from 2015? No, you don't. So I don't think he had a damn thing to do with it. Chris Cuomo has changed. Yeah, right, Mark. Yeah, he's a changed man, all right. It's all a damn joke. Unfortunately, yes. That explains the sheer number of room temperature potatoes I run across daily. Yep. That's pretty sad if he was a coach, too, considering he doesn't know what a woman. Oh, speaking of that, though, did you see Joy Reid
Probably not, because the lamestream media won't show it. But Newsmax did. The, oh, I don't remember where it was. Somebody will probably tell me in here. The black woman at a gym. I think it was a Gold's Gym, because I made a thing on Instagram where I said, you should boycott Gold's Gym. She was in the women's room, and a swinging dick, trans woman came in, and she come out and went nuts. Nuts. They threw her out of there. They threw her out of the gym, not the tranny. Well, of course, Joy Reid, because this woman was black. If she was white, I bet you Joy Reid wouldn't have. But kudos to Joy Reid. Well, if a man walked into the woman's room when I was in there, that would be wrong, blah, 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 blah. So all of a sudden, Joy Reid, who used to be part of the lamestream media before they shit canned her because her ratings sucked, all of a sudden now she knows what a woman is. Imagine that. Oh, God. Keith, don't even talk about The View. They start with a C and end with a T, every one of them. Well, I'm glad you support me, Claude. Thank you. Joyless Reed doesn't want men in women's locker rooms either. Exactly. Yep. Keep them out of the bathroom, too, or whatever. That's just, I think she did it because of, the race thing. But hey, at least she showed that all of a sudden somebody from the lamestream media side actually knows what a woman is. Imagine that. California, okay. Black lesbian. Well, I don't know if she was a lesbian or not. That's neither here nor there, but no, Joyless Reed's not the one on The View. She's the butchy hair. She's got hair like me. Yeah, she might actually have a little bit more than me because I'm getting a little thin up here. But yeah, she's the one that was on MSNBC, I think it was. Okay, I don't care if she was a lesbian, whatever. Yeah, they're all the same, Betty. You're right. Oh, The View. No, thank you. Not the least bit interested in watching them. Oh, Fox showed it already. Okay. Joyless Reed doesn't want. Oh, I already read that one. Edney. Wow, dude. Oh, Etsky. You now. He has a yellow streak down his back. Who's he? You guys got to be more specific. Zebra never changes its spots. Nope. To a certain extent. There could come a point where that zebra never sees that moonwalking bear because somebody's. I mean, that's what's happening in society. You pound it in long enough, you tell them to concentrate on this long enough. Ugh. I agree, BBR Cummins watching Schumer and Jeffries, the hatred they have for Trump. What's up, Rich BO330? Well, let's hope Fetterman stays alive. There's stories about that too as to why he had his blackout, and I got no proof, so I ain't even gonna go there. Is there a Deermount tour? Well, there's that one. There's that one. There's an 11 and a 9. And I'm not getting up. There's a nice 8 out in that other room. And then you've all seen the ones over in the shop that are just European mounts. But Some of these, like I said, that 12 is from 1989. That was the 600 biggest one in New York State back then. Now it's not even in the top 2,000. Yeah, and I ain't getting up and going out in the other room. Adam's got to go watch the Sabres lose. I'm going to end this anyhow. Shit, I've almost been an hour and a half, and I only figured jump on here for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But so if I get the whim or something pisses me off and I decide to do one of these again sometime, should I? So I'm just asking. Damn right I will watch them lose. Is that the man cave office? Well, it's kind of my man cave. It's where I watch TV. And Barb watches hers down in the other living room. This is an old house. I mean, this room, that room, a short hall, and then the room on the other side of this wall, which used to come all the way across, but we made a closet from the other room. And then the kitchen's over there. That was the whole house. This is the second oldest house in the town of Ira, built in the early 1800s. And then we added on to it. So, and then above us, there's 2 bedrooms, ours and Chelsea's, and then another, what we used to call Chelsea's playroom. So, which is a storage room now. All right. So Betty says yes. Good night, Lee. Dave says yes. Yes, hell yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I guess if I decide to do this again sometime, people will watch. I mean, we had almost 500 people in at one point. Still 368 of you. So, all right, then we will. Oh, wait. I gotta put my glasses on. Fauci Biden administration pressured unvaxxed people. This is on Newsmax. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Did Trump ever tell somebody you had to get it? No. Trump ever tell people if you didn't get it, you were getting thrown out of the military? No. Did Trump ever tell people if you didn't get it, you couldn't go to a certain restaurant? No. Matter of fact, Trump was the guy that said, don't shut the fucking blue cities down and whatnot because you're going to ruin the economy and you're going to dumb up our fucking kids if you close the schools down. Now I'm starting to squirrel again. I got to go. So I'm going out as number 1. All right, Chuck. So I appreciate you and Eric. I appreciate all of you. So, like I said, go back to Barb is getting it done or whatever. Oh shit, somebody just threw one out. Litton 25. Hail, Grumpy Farmer, congrats on the monetization. Well, thank you. They threw $10 in the pot. So, but yeah, do me that favor and go back to Barb's getting it done and just a minute, 1 or 2 minutes for me. Watch it. Pump the, I think it's like 11,000 views, and the ones around it are 13 to 15, stuff like that. So get it up to 14 or 15 and pump it up for her. So watch it for a minute today. Go watch it for a minute tomorrow. Something, whatever. Just, I want to in like 3 or 4 days go, hey, honey, did you notice this? Holy shit, people started watching the video. So, anyways, I'm getting out of here. I gotta figure out how to. Oh, wait. All right. Oh, the X is up there. I haven't done one this way. I always turn the phone the other way. So, all right, I will. Joel, what's up? I'm leaving now. I've been in for the last hour and a half. This was just an impromptu one. So, but everybody says that if I feel like doing another impromptu one sometime, I should. So, I guess so. So, there's another new video coming out in a couple days, sticking with the 4-day rotation for now. Chelsea just pulled in, so I'm definitely going to turn it off before that whirlwind comes in the door. So there's 2 videos ready. Not the one in 2 days, but the one after that is an actual hunting video. I did well on opening day, so I'm just telling you, you're gonna have to wait for that one. But so I will see y'all before Thanksgiving. So I'm not gonna do the whole Happy Thanksgiving thing yet because it's over a week away. But all right, I'm squirreling. I'm getting out of here.